Alright everyone, in this section, we are going to learn about row and column spans in HTML. The concept of row and column spans may seem a bit hard to understand at first, but it's actually very simple. You can understand it just by looking at this image. This is a timetable, and it actually involves row and column spans. Let's take a look at this cell. Launch. Its width spans across 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, if you look at the hour cell, its height spans across 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The project cell, on the other hand, spans across 2 rows, right? This is what we mean by row and column spans. Now, let's work together to write this table. At this point, some beginners might be a bit confused with the row and column spans and wonder where to start. Let me tell you a trick. First, count how many rows and columns there are. Let's take a look. This is a caption, which doesn't count, starting from this row. This is the first row, then the second row. 3, 4, 5, 6. There are a total of 6 rows. Now, for the columns, 1 column, 2 columns, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 columns. We can start by writing a 6 by 6 table. Let's write it. The overall structure is a table. Then we write a caption, time table. Below it, we can write the fixed structure, a T head and a T body. The T head contains only one row, TR, with TH cells. This time, I'll write the content differently from the image. I'll write 2 numbers connected by a hyphen. The number on the left represents the row number, and the number on the right represents the column number. In the first row, there are 6 cells. So I'll write 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and 1, 6. For a total of 6. Let's open it with Live Server and check the result. It doesn't have borders, so we'll add the border attribute. Border equals 1. We also add cell spacing equals 0. And I'm done with the first row. The benefit of writing it this way is that you can easily identify the row and column number of any cell. Next, let's write the other 5 columns. Starting from the second row. It's no longer in the T head. It's now in the T body. Still using TR. Inside it are TD cells. And now they will be 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Let's check the result. Good. So let's continue. From here on, we won't write each one individually, but we'll copy the whole row. Select this row, then press and hold Alt and Shift, and then press the down arrow key to copy it. How many times do we need to copy it? 4 times. Then we change the row numbers. This is the third row. This is the fourth row. Here's how I did it. First, place the cursor on the first two, then press Ctrl and Alt together and press the down arrow. Then delete and change it to 5. Continue moving the cursors down to the last row and change it to 6. Now we've built the basic structure. Next, let's modify this timetable. First, let's modify the hours cell. As we analyzed earlier, this cell spans 5 rows vertically. So we need to tell the hours cell, hey, your height should span 5 rows. But which area in our basic table corresponds to this hours cell? Can you figure it out? It's these 5 cells. 2, 1, 3, 1, up to 6, 1. Right? So we select the first cell 2, 1 and delete the rest. Now, deleting isn't enough. We also need to tell this cell that it should occupy 5 rows, right? So we write rowspan equals 5 in the 2, 1 tag and change the text to hours. Next, for the launch cell, which area in our basic table corresponds to this one? Can you figure it out? Let's count. It's in row 1, 2, 3, 4. And it spans from column 2 to column 6. So it's these 5 cells, right? Again, we select the first one as a representative for 2 and delete the others for 3, for 4, for 5, and for 6. Similarly, we need to tell it to span 5 columns. Change the text to launch. I'll make it center-aligned horizontally. Instead of applying the align attribute to each individual cell, I'll apply it to the entire T-body. So all elements inside the T-body will be horizontally centered. Next, let's use the same method to modify the project cell. This cell corresponds to 5, 6 and 6, 6, right? So I'll use 5, 6 as the representative. Delete 6, 6. And tell 5, 6 you span 2 rows. And change the text to project. Finally, let's replace the text in the remaining cells that don't need modification. Now, the entire table is complete. Let's look at the notes for this lesson. The rowspan attribute specifies how many rows a cell should span, and the columnspan attribute specifies how many columns it should span. To create such a table, first analyze how many rows and columns there are at most. Then write the basic structure. After that, modify it with the rowspan and columnspan attributes. If you are not familiar with this at first, you can label each cell with its row and column number to make identification easier. That's all for this lesson. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.